How you doing there? Welcome to the inaugural episode of Flashback Friday. It's a segment on my YouTube channel where we revisit music albums from days of old. Today we will be listening to Contra by Vampire Weekend. Me being a songwriter myself, I was very taken aback by this album back in the day. We're gonna listen to the opening track here in a moment. But first, be sure to like, comment and subscribe.
In December, drinking horchata, I'd look psychotic in a balaclava. Winter's cold is too much to handle. Pinch your crabs, the pinch at your sandals.
This track is called Horchata.
Horchata, look down your glasses at that aranciata. With lips and teeth to ask how my day went. Boots and fists to pound on the pavement. Here comes the feeling you thought you'd forgotten. Just to sit in sidewalks to walk out. Horchata, you'd still enjoy it with your foot on Masada. Winter's cold is too much to handle. Pinch your crabs, the pinch at your sandal. Here comes the feeling you thought you'd forgotten. Just to sit in sidewalks to walk out. Oh, you had it, but oh no, you lost it. Looking back, you shouldn't have fought it. In December, drinking horchata, I'd look psychotic in a balaclava. Winter's cold is too much to handle. Pinch your crabs, the pinch at your sandals. Years go by and hearts start to harden. Those palms and furs that grew in your garden are falling down and nearing the rose beds. The roots are shooting up through the tool sheds. Those lips and teeth that as time my day went on, shouting up through cracks in the pavement. Here comes the feeling you thought you'd forgotten. Just to sit in sidewalks to walk on. Oh, you had it, but oh no, you lost it. You understood, so you shouldn't have fought it. Here comes the feeling you thought you'd forgotten. Just to sit in sidewalks to walk on. Here comes the feeling you thought you'd forgotten. Just to sit in sidewalks to walk on.
Alright, so that was the opening track to Contra. This came out in 2010, around January, so it's turning 15 years old. And I couldn't remember being very impressed by the debut. I think there was maybe only one song that I did not like on it, and with this one it seemed like it was very much, they had really amplified their strengths. And now I'm looking at the track list right now. It's got 10 songs on it, and I really think I remember enjoying the first run through from front to back. Maybe there's a weak link, but even then it's a pretty strong weak link compared to many other bands, So yeah, let's continue on. This next song is called White Sky.
ancient business, a modern piece of glasswork.
Ah, yes.
Down on the corner that you walk each day in
I remember this one. He goes into very high falsettos during the chorus, a wordless chorus.
Giving it permission.
I love all the layers of sounds happening, and then it kind of pulls back when it starts singing again.
A little stairway, a little piece of carpet, a pair of mirrors that are facing one another. Out in both directions, 1,000 little Julias. They come together in the middle of Manhattan.
Waited since lunch.
It all comes at once.
Love the little harmony there.
You waited since lunch. It all comes at once. Sit on the park wall, ask all the right questions, while the horses race in taxis in the winter. Look up at the buildings, imagine who might live there. Imagining you wolf until you fall upon the sink there.
You waited since lunch.
It all comes at once.
Alright, so that was White Sky, and I'm looking over the lyrics. I mean, this opening line: an ancient business, a modern piece of glasswork, down on the corner that you walk each day in passing. The elderly sales clerk won't eye us with suspicion. The whole immortal corporation's given its permission. That's some really great writing, in my humble opinion. I'm thinking about the band, and I know there is a very essential band member that eventually left the band. I want to say he left after their third album, and I cannot for the life of me recall his name. I mean, I could look it up while we get to the next song. So let's get to it. It's called Holiday. Oh, here we go. I think I remember this is my least favorite. It's like it's the most reminiscent of their debut album. Like maybe it's something that was written during that era, and they say, "Hey, we still got this one. Let's see what we can do with it," you know. These are good lyrics here. she never seen an AK.
In a yellowy day glow display, the t-shirts so lovely, turned all the history books gray. I got whiz, I got gutter spray, and a healthy sense of worth. Half of me is the gasoline, but the other has the surf. So if I wait for a harder day, could it stop my fear? To go away on a summer's day never seems so clear.
It's a good song in my I like it. It's a good song, it's just my least favorite, I think. Alright, next song here.
Wouldn't have calculated
California English.
never really heard you speak the way it's on what the funny how the little college schools go language screwed up. Funny how the other private schools there's no hopper club. Someone took a trip before you came to ski in the Alps. Your father moved across the country just to some bunny scout. Country cross the country mountain, contradict what I say. Living like the French connection, but would die in L.A. Passing from a disconnected light switch through the condo that they never finished. Pass across the satellite dish through your brain to California English. No one sits inside a freezing flat and stays there to me. Leaving through a stack of 80s to serve the UK. Way to win the winner, get your face in gel in your hair. Shivering little undershoes, but don't seem to care. Passing from a disconnected light switch through the condo that they never finished. Pass across the satellite dish through your brain to California English. Sweet gab rice cake, she don't care how the sweets taste. Fake Philly cheesesteak, but you use real toothpaste. Cause if that times don't work, if it just makes you worse, would you lose all of your faith in the good? And if it's all a curse, and we're just getting worse, baby, please don't lose your faith in the good. Passing from a disconnected light switch through the condo that they never finished. Pass across the satellite dish through your brain to California English. Passing from a disconnected light switch through the condo that they never finished. Pass across the satellite dish through your brain to California English.
I was pretty active with a band called Paper Gliders, and looking over these lyrics, I think they're really great, and it reminds me of my bandmate Vaughn. Shout out to Vaughn. But yeah, I mean, I feel like the frontman, Ezra Koenig, he, the primary songwriter of the group, he's a very well-read gentleman in my opinion. I mean, he's look at some of this stuff here. Sweet carb rice cake, she don't care how the sweets taste. Fake Philly cheesesteak, but she use real toothpaste. Cause if that Tums don't work, if it just makes you worse, would you lose all of your faith in the good earth? And if it's all a curse and we're just getting worse, baby, please don't lose your faith in the good earth. That's beautiful stuff, isn't it? Okay, we're now listening to Taxi Cab.
Unsentimental, traveling around.
I love this song. Sure of it now.
You stand so close to me, like the future was supposed to be.
In the aisles of the grocery, in the blocks uptown.
I remember well. But if I'd forgotten,
You know, listening to this album again after a while, I mean, he's turning 15 years old, but I feel like I'm hearing primarily so far quite a lot of Afro-pop influence, as well as classical, obviously. And hearing these two merged together is very enriching to me.
Compound to compound, lazy and safe, wanting to leave it, wanting to wait. When the taxi door was open wide, I pretended I was horrified by the uniform and gloves outside of the courtyard gate. You're not a victim, but neither am I. Nostalgic for garbage, desperate for time.
I could blame it on your mother's head, or the colors that your father wears, but I know that I was never fair. You were always fine.
Unsentimental, traveling around, sure of myself,
Sure of it now.
but you were standing so close to me, like the future was supposed to be.
In the aisles of the grocery,
In the blocks uptown, I remember it well. And if I'd forgotten, could you tell? In the shadow of your first attack, I was questioning and looking back. You were standing on another track, like a real aristocrat.
it is a fine song. Alright, now we're listening to Run.
Every dollar counts, and every morning hurts. We mostly work to live until we live to work. She said, you know, there's nowhere else to go. We could take two, but I really couldn't ever know.
I love this
Honey,
hook.
with you,
in a better radio.
we could try. So lead my feet away, 'cause all they do is stay. And I don't think your eyes have ever looked surprised. She said, you know, there's nowhere left to go. But with her fun, it struck me that the two of us could run. Started with you, is the only honest way to go. And I could take two, if I really couldn't ever know. Honey, with you, in about that radio, we could try.
It's a great song. Fantastic. It's one of those songs I wish I wrote. It's fantastic. Cousins. That's the name of this one. I was never crazy about this back in the day.
Sweat on the ocean floor. They're gonna find it if you didn't close the door. You and the smart one sit outside of the side in a house on a street they wouldn't park on a night. That was a risk taker, his was a shoemaker. You greatest since 2006, little list maker. Chords in the melody, you eat it the call. Or you were born with 10 fingers and you're gonna use them all. Interesting girls, I discover myself. If your aunt life was greedy, you'll be toasting my health. If an interesting culture should be lining the walls, when your birthright is interest, you could just accrue it all. Me and my cousins, and you and your cousins, it's a line that's always running. Me and my cousins, and you and your cousins, I can feel it coming.
I love those drum rolls though.
You can turn your back on the bitter word. You can turn your back on the bitter word.
It's a bit of a punk feel to it, yeah?
You can turn your back on the bitter word. Me and my cousins, and you and your cousins, it's a line that's always running. Me and my cousins, and you and your cousins, I can feel it coming. Me and my cousins, and you and your cousins, it's a line that's always running. Me and my cousins, and you and your cousins, I can feel it coming.
I rather like that one now. Oh, Giving Up the Gun. This is probably my favorite song on the album. Your soul's grown old and rusty,
But beneath the
rising sun. It's locked up like a trophy, forgetting all the things it's done. started from. I see it in your eyes that now you're giving up the gun. When I was 17, I had wrists like steel. It's brilliant lyrics. It's absolutely brilliant. And I'm obsolete. To see those better days, I'd cut the cannons down. My ears are blown to bits from all the rival hits, but still I crave that sound. You know, one thing that I feel is missing from a lot of the music world is, I'm sorry to talk so loud, I think because the music's loud in my ears, but I feel like a lot of the audience, as well as a lot of artists, they feel this pressing desire to be authentic. And so, for example, you know, there's no way that this guy goes to shooting ranges, in my humble opinion. Like, I don't think this song is autobiographical. I think it's from first-person perspective of someone else, maybe a character that he was thinking of, you know, or maybe it's someone that he knows. But I mean, whatever happened to being creative as an artist, you know, being someone who's able to go into somebody else's shoes? That's what actors do, you know, that's what they do. And if you really are an artist capable of empathy, then maybe you can try to write from someone else's perspective, yeah? Maybe you don't have to be capable of empathy to do that either. I mean, you could judge somebody as a bad person and write from their perspective. But then the audience is gonna think that it's about you, right? I don't know, I just think it's kind of funny that way.
I see you shining your way.
Go on, go on, go on. I see you shining your way. Go on, go on, go on.
I see you shining your way. Go on, go on, go on. I see you
Shining your way. Go on, go on, go on. I see you shining your way. Go on, go on, go on. I see you shining your way. Go on, go on, go on. It's one of the best indie rock choruses of all time. What an exhilarating track. I love it. Diplomat's Son. This is clearly another song that's not autobiographical, but it's from first-person perspective, and I love it.
It's not right.
But it's now or never. And if I wait, oh, I forgot about that melody.
Give myself
Wait on a night when the moon glows yellow and the riptide with the light. buzzing in the house. Beautiful words. Beautiful descriptive lyrics. Never had the feeling I could offer that to you. To offer it to you would be cruel, when all I wanna do is use you. It was a diplomat son. It was 81. It was 81. Oh, 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 oh. With my car keys hidden in the kitchen, I could sleep wherever I lay my head.
And the sight of your dishes sitting in the bathtub let me know that I shouldn't give up just yet. 'Cause I'm gonna take it from Simon, and then I'm gonna duck out behind them. If I never had a chance, it's now then. But I never had the feeling I could offer that to you. To offer it to you would be cruel, when all I wanna do is use you. It was a diplomat son.
It was 81. It was a diplomat son. It was 81. Oh, 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 oh. I love these retro sounds that they incorporate too, off and on throughout the album.
I know you say I'm not doing it right, but this is how I can't go back to how I felt before. That night I smoked a joint with my best friend. We found ourselves in bed when I woke up. He was gone. He was a diplomat son. It was 81. He was a diplomat son. It was 81.
Brilliant. I love it. Absolutely love this track. Maybe this is my favorite. I don't. And that's the sign of a good album, isn't it? It's like you're having trouble deciding what's your favorite song, and you really enjoy all of them. It's just that some you enjoy more than others, yeah? Love this outro as well.
Looking out at the ice cold water all around me, I can't feel any traces of that other place. In the dark, when the wind comes racing off the river, there's a car, all black with diplomatic plates.
arrive at the closing song, I think you're a Contra. Beautiful song, beautiful way to close out an album.
I had a feeling once that you and I could tell each other
Everything for 2 months.
but even without oath, with truth on a side, I had a
Oh no.
feeling once
That's my mistake, I apologize.
you and I
Here, I'm gonna have to start it over. I apologize. I'm just gonna vibe to this one, I think.
I had a feeling once that you and I could tell each other everything for 2 months, but even without oath, with truth on a side, when you turn away from me, it's not right. I think you're a Contra. 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 My revolution thoughts, you little arrows of desire, I wanna trace them to the source and the wire, but it's not useful now, since we both made up our minds. You're gonna watch out for yourself, and so will I. I think you're a Contra, and I think that you lied. Don't call me a Contra till you've tried. You wanted good schools and friends with pools. You're not a Contra. You wanted rock and roll, complete control. Well, I don't know. Never pick sides, never choose between two. But I just wanted you, I just wanted you. Said never pick sides, never choose between two. But I just wanted you, I just wanted you. I think you're a Contra, I think that you lie. Don't call me a Contra till you've tried.
And there you have it. That was Contra by Vampire Weekend. Recently turning 15 years old. I have to say, just listening to it all over again, well, it doesn't exactly bring back memories. It just, it is, and that's not a slight either. It's not like music. Well, it can function as a time machine for you. But for me, I'm just so engrossed in that moment. I mean, it's kind of like I escape time when I'm listening to music or when I'm making it, and that's what I really like about it. Now, I might have music associated with some of my memories, but frankly, it's just a way to escape the third dimension, in my opinion. That's why I value music probably more than a lot of things on earth. It's like I've taken music a lot more seriously than your basic life things, But yeah, I mean, listening to it again from start to finish, great album. There was maybe a few songs where I'm not as crazy about them, but even revisiting them is like seeing some old friends or something. So I hope you enjoyed that album if it was your first time, and I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me if you've heard it before. But yeah, that concludes the episode for Flashback Friday. Tune in for next week for Throwback Thursday and Flashback Friday. We've got quite a few albums lined up that I'll be revisiting. Okay, peace, love.